My heart goes to the people of KZN. If you don't know, allegedly, I mean, in the last few days, there's been floods at KZN and floods that were just uncontrollable. Why I'm saying that floods, obviously, there are. But I think there was also the hope that the weather will actually be better than where it is right now. But it has not stopped. Breaking news is that all schools in KZN, they've been forced to close. So there is a level 5 warning that really forced all the schools to close. And this is so sad because today, as we speak, we spoke about the opening of schools. Yes, I have not even done that video. I've not even uploaded that video actually. So it's so sad because this is the exciting time where the parents, they take their children to school, and yet we have KZN that we're like, that KZN that's saying, as a province, we've actually asked all the schools to close because it's no longer safe for our learners, for our educators to be going to school. And where does that put them in terms of the syllabus and everything else? I know it's the first day. Yes, I understand nothing has been done. But I mean, this week, most schools will make sure that on Friday, they start with a very strict plan, the strategy where they're going to take the kids in terms of making sure that they cover the syllabus on time, but also they make sure that their children are ready for the first exams, around March, April. You know what I mean? So that's not a long time. So you can imagine these kids they have to be at school. And remember, these are rural areas. For someone who's going to say, no, they can actually do it online. Not all the rural areas in South Africa are ready to be online. Not. Actually, I know a lot of rural areas that don't have access to Wi-Fi. Even your internet, like a phone call, you struggle to get through to certain people, to certain areas in the rural areas. That is a fact. Please don't come for me because I know you're going to act like you don't know what I'm talking about. But those who know, they know. I really feel for these kids because here you are, you've got a new uniform. You are just ready to go to school and boom, you are told that you can no longer go to school. And it's so funny because not even funny, it's so sad because the pictures that I saw, I felt like, KZN has not actually recovered from the floods of 2022. You find certain schools that still have half roofs that are not done. You also have those temporary schools, and this is my take, my friend. I feel like these are not even safe, especially those buildings that still have roofs that are not properly done, that are not even done. Here you know what, congratulations, because they do have your temporary schools, but that is not enough. So should we have a disasters that we cannot even control? What's going to happen? Right now, we're talking about level 5. What does level 5 mean? And when I saw level 5, I was like, yo. Level 5, schools are closed. Sure. Corona is back. That was my first thought. Corona is back. Because remember, there's another one that they said is coming. Now you see the floods and all of that, and you're thinking, oh my goodness, this is even worse. People's houses were being swept away, the cars, the damages. The last time I checked, I didn't even get into those stories where they said about 13 people were missing. It's a mess, guys. It's so sad. Because 13 people for you and me is like, it's a number. But 13 people for someone who's actually missing their mother, for someone who's missing their father, for someone who's missing their children, it's just too much. It's just too much. So my heart goes to them. So my friend and family, as you go along with your day, with your loved one, with your bundle of joys that went to school today, please remember, let's think of the people of KZN. It is not looking good. Yes, I don't think it's going to last forever, but right now, it's definitely not looking good. And I don't want to be like I'm exaggerating things, but for schools to be closed, it's not looking good. And also remember, most of these areas, they do have like your bridges that they do build, but apparently and allegedly they're not strong enough. Can we also talk about how we start things in our country and not finish? I'm saying that because I know you're going to say no, but the government is doing so much. I don't want to get into politics. You know, my friend, family, we live politics, we eat politics. I mean, you make up your own choices in terms of where do you want to go, what do you want, who do you want to vote for. But at the end of the day, we all see what's happening. We've got the tendency of starting things and not finishing them. Now you ask yourself, if we were to have a hurricane or something and the kids that time are in those temporary classrooms, what would happen to those kids? What would happen? A disaster. And again, we'll wake up and say, oh my goodness, we could have avoided this. And this is what I'm saying, that I think we've got a disease of not finishing things when we start them and forgetting that these can actually be causing more damage. So I'm hoping that after all these floods and everything else in KZN, we're gonna make sure that whatever tender that has been out there for someone to finish, they can just go and finish it. Or else, if there was like shortage of capital or whatever, I wish they can just prioritize, especially for the kids. I mean, the kids were at home for almost 2 months. That could have been done, I think. I know that it was school holidays, and that also meant it was December holidays. Most of the contractors closed on the 15th of December, but I think we could have even done this earlier than that. So, my friend, I don't know where we're going. I don't know. Do you think some of the areas, some of the rural areas, I saw devastating pictures and videos, and I'm like, that area is supposed to be moved altogether because I see. Should we have? I see disaster coming. Should we have more of these floods or just a hurricane that can just cause havoc? All those houses will into those rivers that are close to them. I've seen them, and you can see that this is not even a strong house. You know, you can see most lama flat why, and you're like thinking, no, no. This is just a disaster waiting to happen. And unfortunately, there are people living in those areas, and those people will actually be the ones that are hit the most by those disasters. So I think it's also cool, it's okay for government to say, guys, please make sure that you move. Let's just give you a temporal area, but this place is no longer suitable for you to continue staying in it. Do you think the government or people that are in charge, they go to these areas and say, you are sitting on a time bomb? Move. And I mean, if people don't want to move, then you take further steps, or maybe you put a warning, or maybe you even go to the media and say, people from this area and this area and that area, we've asked them to move, but unfortunately, they are refusing to move for these reasons, which we respect. Then that's okay. So when things like this they happen, we know that people were actually told to move, and they were actually given temporal accommodation, or at least places where they can actually start all over with the assistance of either government or NGOs. So I'm just saying, I know that I'm flambling, I'm just saying things that don't make sense maybe to you, but I'm just thinking, my friend, my heart goes to the KZN people. I wish everyone in KZN, those that were actually hit by the floods, I wish them a speedy recovery in terms of starting afresh, but also the kids that Shem went to school today and they were asked to go back home because it was not looking good. Please, please stay indoors. Please be safe. Thank you so much, my friend, for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button. I shall see you on the next one.